Hello and welcome to Trigger Happy episode 16.
Ew.
I apologize for last week. The Trigger homies, I think is what you guys were calling it.
Yeah.
I did not approve of any of that. Your admin privileges are going to be revoked in StreamYards, and I'm going to be deleting that from the channel. So
That's until he goes on holiday in like a month. Sure. Yeah. You keep believing that.
you're not completely wrong.
Yeah.
But before we get started today, Stinkman, how are you doing today?
Doing really good. Yeah, nice relaxing day. Got some chalky milk ready for some Trigger Happy. I'm locked and loaded, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nagranol, how are you doing?
Good. I'm not muted, I hope.
Does anybody hear him?
Yeah, you fucking hear me.
Speaking in subliminal messages.
I guess
try like sign language or something.
Well, shout out to the chat. Hail to the chat. You guys are awesome. Fuck all these guys. Except for Snake Man, who told me that I was muted. So.
Got you.
We're not just playing a joke on him. He literally did it in the back room right before we went live.
I was muted, yeah.
He was like talking the entire time, and we were like, we actually can't hear you.
I gotta stop using this button back here. I keep forgetting about
it. Norman, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Just streaming to one of the endings to Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. The coolest ending, I must say. Like, you play through the whole of Cyberpunk, and then right at the end, it kind of springs this sort of proto-horror level at you, where you're getting chased by this mechanized robot thing with a crazy red eye. And it's pretty awesome. I've also started playing Blueprints offline. I don't know if you've seen that game around. It's basically like a puzzle game where you get left a mansion by your deceased uncle, and you have to go in finding each rooms and like the map set up like by a 5x9 grid, and you have to be very careful with how you're laying out the rooms because you might enclose yourself or you might run out of spaces, and you need like gems and keys to open it. It's very complicated, but yeah, I've been playing it offline and having a lot of fun with it.
I think that game is based or at least inspired by a tabletop game, and I can't remember the name of it. But I played that on that tabletop simulator with my friends in like 2020, and it was a lot of fun. You basically shuffle the deck of rooms and you put them where you want, and different scenarios happen inside of them.
Yes.
It's really fun.
So with Blueprints, what will happen is you'll come up to the door. It might be locked, it might be unlocked, so you might need a key or something, and then you'll get a choice of 3 rooms. One of them might be like a patio, or it might be like an archive room or something like that. Each of them have benefits, or they might play against you or something like that. There's all sorts of variables to the game. It's very fun. If you like puzzles, I definitely recommend Blueprints, because I think right now it's free on PlayStation and Xbox. I'm not so sure about Steam, but it's definitely free on the 2 platforms.
I think I have it in a tab actually. Yeah, here we go. Blueprints. As
Prints,
not like blueprints, but PRINCE. So
yeah.
No, it's $30 on Steam right now, but
okay,
it is rated very highly, and I've had my eye on it. So
yeah, if you have PS Plus or Game Pass, probably the best place to get it right now.
Hell yeah. Nerd Slap, how about yourself?
Doing really good. Doing real well, man. Just been kind of working on some stuff for the channel, working on some side projects, but keeping busy, having a good time. Been multi-streaming to both Kick and YouTube, so
yeah, welcome to the club.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna try to do Kick, YouTube, and Twitter on the next stream, so we'll see how that goes.
What's your bet rate?
I know, that's my concern.
I was gonna say it's all about that upload speed with your internet connection. I think so.
I tried adding a third one week, and my whole setup just went bleh. Yeah. Don't do that again.
Yeah, worst case if it doesn't work. Oh
well. Little bit of a plug for Mo, but he is going to be running different streaming services. So maybe that's one thing that we can actually think about is multi-streaming at the same time. Because aren't there services where you can stream to one place and then from that place you can tell it where to stream?
So Kick just launched their partner program. I'm pretty sure Rumble does that. Restream definitely does that as well.
Yeah, so that way you could just use your one upload for a single, part of the stream, and then it branches out at like a data center instead.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really cool. I would like to stream to every single platform. Like, I don't know how Hypnotic does it, but it does wreck my internet upload.
Well, and
Mm.
Stream Elements, they just recently did a bunch of integration with Kick, and they have a tool for OBS where you can stream to multiple platforms for free
Mhm.
through OBS, and it works pretty well. And it's supposed to be very light on your resources, so
Okay.
maybe it's an option.
Yeah, maybe so. Let's see here. Before we get started, yeah, we got Phantom in the chat. I was gonna highlight that, and then we also have Suns and Shadows who dropped 20 as the third message in here. Let's get this
Oh.
fucking party started. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And thanks for reminding me, Sons. I will be available tomorrow to be on stream for the Stargate SG1 stuff, and after tonight. After the streams tonight, after the GCA, I do need to get caught up on SG1 for season 2. So, let's see here. Nerd Files. Who's that guy?
I don't know, some weirdo.
We got Jess in the house,
Hello.
and we got Hayden. I didn't just buy Oblivion again. I bought the horse armor again.
How could you? Why?
It's not like Bethesda's gotten us to buy Skyrim 9 different times, right?
No.
And we got
Pretty
Jeff.
sure I saw that in a meme yesterday. It's like, we're releasing a game again. Oh, I'm not buying Skyrim for another time. It's Oblivion. Oh, what? Okay.
I saw that.
We got just JK here.
JK.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anybody else? We got Bruce. What's up, Bruce?
Bruce.
Bruce.
We got Risk It.
He was dropping all the emotes earlier.
Yeah, using the Mac attack. Which, ironically, out of all the guns I brought to the meetup for the the outside desert shoot that we did, I think people like the Mac more than the M16. So,
Is that a 9?
yeah, 9mm.
That's fun.
Got John Ambler.
What's up, John?
Oh,
John.
John.
see Isaac in here. There he is.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Isaac.
Big.
What's going on, brother?
Let's see here.
Panda.
Panda?
Panda
We call it,
Simone.
yeah. Panda Simone?
How you doing?
I need
Yeah.
capitalization.
I know. Yeah, I do too.
Throws me off.
Just read it.
M Campia. And I think we're caught up. Got Nerdy Neo here. What's up, Nerdy Neo? It was great having you
up,
on
Neo?
the stream Monday. C and D. We got Ronan. All right.
Hail
We're gonna
boys.
get started. Oh,
Paul's
Paul, how's it
Paul.
going?
What's up, Paul?
Paul.
Almost missed him. So not much has happened yesterday as far as gaming, right?
No,
We didn't-
nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Nope.
So we'll just go
Not
ahead and
at
start with some funny clips. I found this kind of funny. It's a minute long, but it's worth it. Let's see here. So he sits in his Tesla and he says, "Take me somewhere I've never been before."
Tesla, take me somewhere I've never been before. Oh shit, where's it going?
This ought to be interesting.
Let's see where it takes us.
Oh, no.
Turning right. Let's see.
So
That's good.
where do you think that your car would
Wonder
take
where
you?
it's gonna take us. Like, how,
The gym.
My car
it has to be
I
just
Yeah,
wouldn't
let's
want
see
to
if
find
it's
out.
Headed toward Mooresville.
It's not a lot around here, so probably middle.
See,
fucking woods.
just my luck, it would be when the robot revolution happens, so it would just drive me to take care of me.
Been to most of them, though.
Like, this is where we've been down this exit before.
Just about any eating restaurant around here.
They're very familiar with all the restaurants, it seems like.
Oh,
Of course.
I knew it. I
Planet
fucking
Fitness.
It straight up took him to Planet Fitness. You guys definitely called it, yeah. Brisket, and I think Steak Man called it.
Yep.
It's where it would take me. That's for sure.
Okay. And then
Some
so
guests in the chat. We got a Comics Dad, and then
Yo.
Hey,
Comics Wife as well.
Oh, what
Comics
Hey.
Dad is
Hey,
going to be on the GCA
hey,
with us
Comics Wifey.
coming up here.
Yeah.
That'll be a good show.
Yeah, definitely. So, in my state, we were experimenting with this device, and it was, you know, those like light trailers that have like a generator built into them, for like the halogen lights. Someone did the same thing, but with lasers. And what it does is it actually listens in on mosquitoes and shoots a laser in that direction, and it's just powerful enough to destroy the wings on a mosquito.
What?
And this dude built a homemade one. And I think the audio is loud on this. So he keeps a little
Oh my
booklet.
God.
No way.
It's a
Mosquito
destiny.
Iron Dome.
It is an
No
iron dome.
way.
Oh my word.
So yeah, that's his little.
Shooting mosquitoes
Those are his
down.
notes.
Well, we have,
Dating
we
them
have
is
one
crazy.
buyer in the chat.
Well, fortunately, Jess, since we live in Arizona, we don't have too many mosquitoes. It's usually someone that doesn't know how to keep their pool from turning green. So, all right, let's see here. This meme I just thought was funny. Knockoff Chinese clothing is so funny, especially since they have no idea what it's saying. It looks so innocent. You think it's Nike, but it's like nuke Iraq. Just do it.
Oh, that is great.
No complaints. What? I didn't say anything.
Yeah, Jazz, it's because you're Swedish. I'm also very white, and they always go for me too.
For sure, it's crazy.
I want to know where to buy it, honestly.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
I
For a
bet
dollar.
you can find it.
All right, now on to main story. Discord has been talking about going public for the past couple months now, and they just changed out their CEO, and that's kind of making news today. And it says here, amid rumors that the company is eyeing an IPO, that's a initial public offering. That's where they get investors to invest in the company before it's on the stock market. Discord appointed former Activision Blizzard vice chairman. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Human Sakahini as CEO. Discord co-founder Jason Citron will be leaving as CEO role after 13 years at the company. So that dude's been in charge for 13 years, and I feel like Discord has been pretty good ever since he started it. So, Discord straddles the gaming and social media spaces. I think it was brilliant how they found that perfect crossover of social media and TeamSpeak. Something that Facebook was missing, and they, goes to show you if you just add a simple feature, you can bring everybody back. Despite its initial emergence as a platform for online multiplayer gamers to communicate, has become a prominent social media platform in its own right, growing to over 200 million monthly active users. That's crazy.
That's impressive.
It's very impressive.
Discord noted in its press release that the company has refocused on its gaming roots to explore monetization opportunities in advertising and microtransactions. I'm okay with that, to be honest. Like, if they want to have the store where people can customize their avatars to look like cute little anime girls, I'm okay with it.
You gotta make money somehow. So
yeah, it says here, but advertising and microtransactions aren't exactly music to gamers' ears. I would say the advertising part is what I'm more concerned about.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to
they could
watch
flood that
ads
carefully.
before it opens Discord or something.
Yeah, I
you
don't
know,
want that
like
in my games.
Yeah, like you don't want it to be like a Twitch stream where it's like you're on ad 1 out of 6.
Oh god,
Oh
like,
god, I can't. Yeah, I stopped watching.
upgrade to
Twitch because of that.
Nitro to remove ads.
Like 8 ads. What do you mean? I'm not
but
watching more than 3 eds.
We built up a nice community over on the GCA Discord, and I would hate for anything to ruin the fun over there. So I just I really hope that they don't sour what's going on right now.
I mean, there is always TeamSpeak.
So that is one
I
of
don't know
the
anything about
funnies that we got here. So on the Dexterdo, which is how I heard about it, I noticed that TeamSpeak still hilariously replies to people, and just replied with a meme that waking up. Oh my god, it's so funny. And then people are like, no, we don't want TeamSpeak.
Look where her back is. Yeah, I know nothing about it. Don't care.
Yeah, people are like, make it free. Honestly, yeah, TeamSpeak had a cost. It was like $1 for a server back in the day. I think it was like maybe like $1.50 or something like that for a 15 slot server. I remember doing that. And that's where I told you guys on Monday about pub stomping, which is, you have a highly coordinated group. Before they had comms built into games, you would have a TeamSpeak server with your friends, and you would just go in as a team and just wreck everybody because no one's got communications. That was TeamSpeak days.
Oh yeah, good old days.
Let's see here. Corn Boy for $1.99. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Corn Boy.
Who is going to be streaming more often now, it seems like.
Hell yeah,
Very
let's
so
go.
nice.
We've converted him.
Let's go.
I mean, once you do one stream, you kind of realize that it's kind of fun. Hayden Wayne for $5. They've been partnering with games to get exclusive items if you choose to watch like 3 ads. I've noticed that. I've gotten the popular a few times. Yeah, so I tried out one of those like built-in quests. I think it was the first Ascendant. They had a quest for it in Discord. Hey, do you remember that, Nagradol?
The quest in Discord, not particularly.
It shows up in like the bottom left. You probably have to be logged in on your Sony app, on your console to be able to get it, because it recognizes how long you've been in game. And I think it said just play 15 minutes, and you get like this, avatar overlay that you can put on.
Yeah, I just got one for I got an Emma Frost outlook for my avatar. It's quite nice for Marvel Rivals. I just had to play the game for 15 minutes and link the account, so there wasn't anything like watching ads.
They have one right now going on for at least on my end. It's for Overwatch 2. If you play it for 15 minutes, you get 5 loot boxes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got one too.
Where do you see that?
On my Discord, it's down in the bottom left, right above like my profile picture and stuff.
Yeah, I keep
I never
closing
see
them
anything pop
because
up.
they
You might
distract
have
me.
it turned off.
I might have just turned it off because I hate seeing ads so much.
But you get free shit out of it, Nagradol.
Don't care.
But first Descendant stuff.
So
He's dead.
Riskit just shared the chat summary in the GCA. And his viewers are saying they don't want the GCA chat to go public and discussing the possibility of an activist or DEI hire replacing John Ambler.
This is absolutely true.
Yeah.
That's spot on.
So our Discord, it asked us, they're like, you've reached a certain size with this Discord. Would you like to go public? And I started to go through all the checklist stuff to make it go public. This is a while ago, by the way. And it was like, you need to make a whole bunch of rules for the server. You need to make it less fun and like all this shit. And we were like, nah, we're just going to stay private and just share the link out. So
Best way.
Yep.
Yeah. Do
AOL chat. Oh yeah.
Is there a limit to how many people you can have on a private server?
I don't believe so.
Huh.
I think it's
No.
just like a limit on how many can be in a voice chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think by it going public, you are able to be searchable, in the server, finding area, and like a few other features,
Okay.
like some sort of automated bot stuff that gets built in all of a sudden. So, and we got McHawk for $5. Boogie 2988. It's gonna be at my local gaming convention next month. I'm gonna bully him into slip and slides.
Oh boy.
That will be something. Make sure you record that.
Yeah. And then Nerd Slap gave me a little update here. It looks like I can buy that
excellent.
shirt. So
Did you just make that, or
Yeah.
no, he found a
this is-
link for it
Yeah,
already
you
there.
can actually buy it.
So I think I'm gonna buy one. I'll do it after the show.
Man, they got hoodies too.
You're
I
gonna
don't know
put
if
it
you
up on
can
the
wear
wall
that
behind
on-
you.
wear that on
Dude,
YouTube?
rack. Fucking hilarious, dude. Oh my god.
Just do.
Okay. And then we have this game that I started hearing about last night. I guess NDA started to get lifted right at midnight, and it
Yep.
was like past midnight for me. So all this stuff started showing up on my feed for Claire Obscure Expedition 33. And it's got really good reviews from all of the critic sites so far.
Really good. So a review I watched today, the person is already putting this as their game of
What
the
are
year
you gonna put it?
contender. And
Yes, I saw that.
It's a turn-based RPG, and it should be noted this is the first game this studio has ever made, and they're getting
Wow.
rave reviews from it. And the other part I've been seeing is do not watch a single second of footage online if you want to play it, because apparently it's very spoilery. And
Oh.
like, even if you come across a single image that you might see online, you want to come across it in the game, because apparently all the revelations that happen in the story are worth experiencing in game.
Interesting.
Yeah, so here it is on Steam coming out tomorrow. So I think we're going to get actual user reviews, because I'd like to wait for those also.
And it's currently 10% off on all platforms, including Steam and PlayStation. I've not checked Xbox, but yeah, it seems like they're giving away a little bit cheaper if you buy it now.
$45.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that is a proper incentive for pre-purchasing or pre-ordering. I
Get it cheaper. Simple as that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, does it not? But yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is the kind of game that I like combat-wise.
I've never
But-
been a turn-based fan myself.
That's right. Yeah, it is turn-based as well.
Is it?
But it's also like this like reactionary button pressing stuff.
Yeah,
During-
quick times going on as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see in the footage here, it does look gorgeous. Like
It does.
They spent time putting this thing together.
And it does seem like there's a pretty cool story there.
It
Mhm.
looks fantastic.
Yeah, it does actually. Look
Yeah, it
pretty good.
does.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people don't like turn-based, but I do enjoy my turn-based games, and I think that Civilization did that to me, to where I just didn't mind it after playing those games. And
Yeah, it depends. for me.
go into like Baldur's Gate and Divinity Original Sin and stuff like those kind of games. Those are turn-based.
Yeah, I think the last proper one I played, because I don't count Rebirth, because that's kind of more open combat. But the last one I played was probably Midnight Suns, the Marvel game, which was it was okay. It was very basic, because you just kind of get cards, and then
Mhm.
something happens, and then you have to wait till your next turn. But I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it's good. I agree. The let's see, where'd that go? Yeah, awesome graphics. I do think that
Yeah.
it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because it's a turn-based game that you're gonna want decent hardware for, probably.
And there's some good talent behind it as well. Apparently, Andy Serkis is doing one of the roles, and it's not just like a quick 5 minutes. He's got like quite a substantial role in the game.
Wow.
Hmm.
And this is the studio's first game.
First game they've ever made. Yep.
Wow. They must have had decent funding, and they're also like they're probably pouring their heart and soul into their first
Oh,
game
yeah.
just to establish, you know. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
Wonder if maybe they picked up some people from other studios that have been
Well, it's French, so maybe they
Fall
got
apart.
a few bleeding from Ubisoft or something like that. Some old
Mhm.
talent.
Hopefully the good ones.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Here, actually, that's a good segue. So, speaking of which, I noticed that Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which I don't know if I could recommend picking this up because they're probably going to remake. this
They
game.
are. It's
Yeah.
it's
much is it?
confirmed that they are remaking
Yeah.
it.
So, but you could pick it up for $12 if you really want to play it now.
$12. I would do it.
Yeah. So $12 is pretty good deal for this game, I would say.
And then if you want to play a newer version for just $10 more, you can pick up Skull and Bones, which is currently 25 quid right now.
Quadruple A game, which is arguably much worse than this
Nothing
game. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. And then to go with that.
Really? Nice.
Very nice.
First time. Wow.
Devour that game,
Oh.
Sons and Shadows. Do everything you can. Scour every corner, every depth. You will not regret it. It's one of the few games where I've absolutely 100%ed everything. It's so worth it.
Hell yeah.
Mobius.
Mo,
There
how are
you
you doing?
What's up, Mo?
Time.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Interesting. ABF isn't loading up on my screen.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh,
Yay!
he said, "How are you doing?"
Oh, I'm apparently doing better than StreamYard, which is always has the AIDS. So
I think it's because you brought that microphone back home and you got a pandemic all over again.
oh no.
Yeah, that 2 weeks to slow the spread, it's all for naught now.
I did get it during the lockdown, so Ew.
Well, we were just talking about Assassin's Creed, and I wanted to show off an actual assassination attempt. Are you guys ready for this?
Go for it.
All right, here it is. So JD Vance went to visit the Pope. And as you can see,
no.
he goes by JD's nuts here. But also, he seems to have some sort of poison or damage over time going on here. So check this out. Boom, got him.
God bless you.
Nice bit of the perk there.
And look at his health.
Dude.
Damage over time.
Hello.
And that's lasting for like 10 minutes as well. It's going to be way long after he's dead.
I love how there's a little countdown up here.
Oh no.
Yeah, but his health
So
is
good.
draining way fast.
Oh man, it's so good.
Oh, that is great.
I think we should lock him up for that. Gross.
And then
Speaking of people that should be locked up. Ugh.
Yeah.
Don't look
Oh.
Yeah, don't look at chat.
and then this one goes with it also. So he was there's a movie based on his life called Hillbilly Elegy. So this is kind of funny. They named it Vatican Elegy.
I like it.
That's great. That is
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that JD Vance, before he was Republican, they made a documentary on his entire family. He grew up in a household that was extremely poor. It was an actual trailer. Went off to join was it the Marines? And just tried to support his mom through everything, and she's just a drug addict piece of shit, but he kept putting up with her and she eventually got sober. It's a really, really cool story. But the left totally propped up JD Vance, and then he turned into a Republican, and now he's the worst thing ever. It's kind of funny. So but let's see here. Okay, so we talked about the Expedition 33. I think we need to move on to Oblivion.
Mhm.
So as I was saying, this game kind of took everybody by surprise. We talked about it Monday, and we were talking about it was rumored that the game would drop on the same time as the announcement. A lot of people thought that was crazy, but I remember a few games in my in the past 5 to 10 years where they've done that. Pretty rare.
And we're seeing that a lot now, though, when like they do the Xbox showcases or just the general gameplays. Like you can play it now on Game Pass as this trailer happens.
Some people were arguing that it's not a remaster and that it's a remake, but
Oh yeah, it's a remake. It absolutely 100% is a remake.
I think it's somewhere in between, because when you accidentally leave in certain things, and I'll show you here. So this is in the original game. Yeah, here, Bar.
What can I do for you? I heard that thieves broke into the Arcane University, the Imperial Legion compound, and the temple all on the same night. Wait a minute, let me do that one again. I heard that thieves broke...
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah,
we did that one again. They left it in the remaster also.
No. This is not a remake at all. This is 100% a remaster.
Hey, had to jump in.
I had to. No, so what they did was they took Unreal Engine 5, and yes, they recreated character models, but the game itself is exactly the same. And like I even had in the opening dungeon, there's a part where you can set off a log trap. I set off the log trap and the logs janked out and killed me just like it did back in 2006 whenever I was playing this game. And I was like, oh, yep, it's still the exact same game. One of the characters has the exact same pathing built in one of the very first dungeons where he gets stuck on the corner. It is the same game with some minor modifications.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely a remaster, first and foremost, and then some. I think that they did extra, right?
But it's just like, where do you draw the line, though? Because there's all of these assets from 2006 that you simply cannot upscale the way you do for a normal remaster. You have to take them out and replace them with new assets, with new builds and everything like that. So while they've kept the framework and the DNA of the original Oblivion, in that case it is a remaster, but they have remade all of the assets. They've updated the dialogue in terms of making it crisper and cleaner. So that
not all the dialogue as we just saw.
No. I mean the way it sounds, not the actual dialogue. Everything's been kept the way it was, but it's been made better.
Right. And so one of the reasons why a lot of that is the way it is and that they're able to expand now is that I should have had the video loaded up, but one of the developers holds up a DVD and he's like, we could only fit everything on here. It was 10.6 gigs, right?
Yeah.
So now they can have higher quality textures, higher fidelity in the audio and things like that. So, but I still think if it was a remake, Norman, I actually think that they would have changed some of the story.
No, a full remake would be them going in, changing apps like they're doing with Final Fantasy VII right now. Would be them going in, changing everything, updating it for modern audience, whatever else. But the reason I'm saying it splits that line is because there is a bunch of new tech in the game that you simply can't have by doing a remaster or a port or whatever you say. So there is a fine line, and I think the reason that they've chosen to go for market it as a remaster instead of a remake is because gamers will expect more if it's marketed as a remake. Whereas if they say remaster, then you can hang on to this old DNA of the classic Oblivion and update it for new as well.
That is true.
I don't know if it's gamers that expect that out of the title of remake, though, right? Because remember, with Final Fantasy VII Remake, people were pissed that it was not the same story for a good amount of time. That it followed
that's
the
like
DNA
different.
Yeah, right. It followed sort of, but then there were things that happened that you were like, this isn't in the fucking game. What is this? And
Yeah,
Isn't it,
that's
like,
that's what I'm
also-
saying. Is when you label something as a remake, gamers are going to be expecting something new. Like, because we didn't know back then with Final Fantasy, but that kind of changed the landscape for what remakes are today. And we've since evolved since all that came out. And so, like, the attitude now is when you hear remake, you're expecting top down. Everything's been remade. There's no dialogue. There's no story elements, whilst keeping some of the old one as well.
Well, also, I kind of think like degradation, like they probably remaking it for modern audience type stuff, and it's just getting worse. You know, if they're remaking something like Oblivion, I don't think that they could put their own touch on it because people would have been furious. Every single person would have been.
People are mad about the Type 1, Type 2.
They are.
Rightfully so, I will say.
Yeah, and we're going to get into that too. But before we do, though, I do want to point out, like, look, you've seen a lot of the dog shit comparisons. Like, I think this is one of the better ones. Look at the character model difference on that. That is insane.
Yeah,
looks like he's chewing on rocks.
That's Bloom for you, though, buddy. That was the bee's knees back in like 2005, 2006. You're like, we can make things glow.
There's so much more than just his face, like, the outfit.
Oh my god, the clothing
background
textures are
and the lighting. Yeah, and even the font and the text and where it's placed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many changes being. I think if you were to pull up like 1,000 screenshots of comparisons of this game, you'd be like, okay, well, that's been remade, that's been remade, that's been remade. So you would eventually end up at the term remake, but there's not enough happening to cross that barrier. So it's still
that's why I think it deserves like to be somewhere in the middle, but there's no label to put on it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and I think I agree with you guys, but I also think remaster is an appropriate name for what they did because they didn't change the core of the game. Absolutely. They added in like one extra quest that was cut stuff, but to go in and reskin everything in the sense of, some of it, yes, they would have to actually recreate, but I think remaster is an appropriate title for this because, man, as soon as I got into the game, muscle memory kicked in real quick. I didn't even have to ask myself how to sneak. I hadn't played the game in 15 years. I knew exactly how to do everything.
Isn't that great? That's often the barrier of wanting to like start up a new game is like, oh man, I got to learn it. You're like, I don't feel like learning shit right now. I just want to, have fun and play. I don't want to have to use brain power, Let's see here real quick. Gun Plarazi, he don't miss for 199. What's up, dude?
Thank you.
No,
hell
he
yeah.
does not.
See, every time you touch that, you start the damage over time over again.
It will go on. It will return to the loam at some point, but
and this is what you get. Ha! Gotcha. Maximus BT for 99 cents.
Maximus. Oh, Maximus, if you only knew the power that I could fight back with.
I think Mo likes looking at that.
I think
better
so.
looking than my feet, that's for sure.
He's not wrong, actually.
Hold on.
That's concerning.
I'm an old basketball player. It's not pretty. They're
you
pretty
think that she plays basketball?
Yo.
It looks like she swims and catches fish with her teeth. With those feet. If I had to guess.
Oh shit! And we got Isaac with the sunglasses for 99 cents. What's up, Isaac?
Thank you, Isaac.
Isaac.
Do we really want to go here? I don't. No.
We did get a raid from Hypnotic, by the way.
Yeah, Hypnotic. Thank you so much.
Maybe he wanted to see what it tastes like, Isaac. You never know.
So before we keep going on with Bethesda and Oblivion and whatnot, Hypnotic messaged me and he was like, dude, remember that game that I gifted you? Play it. And I was like, all right. So I finally played Kazan, the first Berserker.
Yeah.
And it's honestly pretty fun. I was like, I'm just gonna play it for like an hour. I ended up playing it until like 4 a.m. I played it for like 6 hours straight. and I
It's
got
like fun,
Wow.
more fun on the lower difficulty. I feel like it's just the difference in power between the two. It's like,
well. So I tried it on the easier difficulty, and I found it too easy, so I put it back. And then I found the challenge of beating the bosses a lot more satisfying. So
yeah,
because there was one boss. Ah, shoot, I can't remember the name of it, but I must have fought him like probably 50 times.
yeah,
And
that'll happen.
I kept getting the dodge wrong to where I was dodging backwards instead of sideways, and it's like, I don't know, it hurts your brain when you try to do it that way. But no,
Mhm.
it's a really fun game. It's like kind of cell shaded as the art for like the cutscenes and stuff like that. So it very much plays out like a comic. It's really cool. Highly recommend it. So I will be finishing that game up, hopefully, depending on how long it takes to beat the bosses. And I'll give you guys an update on that. Let's see here. So I found this video pretty funny. I don't know why I get recommended stuff from whoop, that was pretty loud.
Yeah.
From people in different languages, but
Because you follow me, and I work really hard to get on those sides of Twitter.
no, this is like Spanish or something, isn't it? Edai? Queer? Are you
I
following
think-
queers?
I think X is starting to go that way. Like I'll be scrolling down and I'll see stuff in Spanish or maybe Japanese or.
I think
whatever.
that's Portuguese or Brazilian Portuguese because that's
See,
not Spanish. Yeah.
I actually assumed it was because I was following Sophie.
It could be.
Probably.
Very well could be, yeah.
But so here's the live action Oblivion.
Never should have come.
Oh yeah, she does those NPC videos all the time. Very good at them.
Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hand. Let's see. Looks like a letter from the Jarl.
So retarded. I love it.
But it's accurate.
That looks so weird.
I love how it keeps going in and out of
That's
hidden.
it. Got to go.
That's wild. The best part of that video game.
Oh, it's so good.
Just funny little glitches.
And none of those glitches are in the game whatsoever, right, Hayden?
No, I haven't run into a single one yet. Like running into a part of the main quest where we kill all the Daedra in a courtyard and then everybody just stands around and decides that we're done at that point. Yeah, kind of happened once.
That's good.
Have you tried hooking your MetaQuest up to the game?
No, I have not.
Well, someone did, and I don't know how difficult it is to get it set up, but check this out. Man, it always starts on full blast.
Oh my god. It's Oblivion and DR. I waited 20 years for this, man. How's the motion control?
Her voice is super annoying.
Oh yeah.
I was just
You don't have to
thinking
tell
that.
me.
Everything I've ever dreamed of. Whoa.
It looks pretty cool, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, looks
That is
great.
super cool.
I mean, the main thing is that it's working. That's you know.
Cool.
Back then with those games, it was just when VR was starting to come, I was like, oh, this is so janky, and you would go to swing a sword or something, it would like get stuck halfway through, and then it would go all the way down very quickly. The lag was terrible. This looks good, yeah.
Actually, her voice reminds me of like a trans person.
Fran Drescher.
Oh, dude.
Probably is. Hey, there's Sophie.
Probably so.
Yeah, Sophie, I've been told put a fan in front of you and then chew gum as well. Apparently, those are very couple of methods for people to get
Man,
motion
stop
sick in VR.
sending Spanish ads to our Twitter account.
Yep. I don't know if Sophie knows how to chew bubblegum and play games at the same time. That sounds hard.
Too taxing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I got a palate
I
cleanser
think
for
Sophie
us
can
to
do that.
play right now.
All right. Go for it.
Well, this video is called "Me at the Zoo."
All right, so here we are. one of the elephants. Whole thing about these guys is that they have really, really, really long trunks, and that's cool. And that's pretty much all there is to say.
So that video is
Wow. Man.
is me at the zoo, posted by Jawed, and that was the first ever video posted to YouTube. And as of today, it is 20 years old.
Well,
there you go.
Wow.
And that set the stage for all the videos that are dog shit.
First ever video uploaded to YouTube. But anyway, back to gaming.
Oh, look at that recommended up there. Trigger happy. You should play that.
We got a trailer for Yotei today, including a release date. So let's jump into that.
Unreal. A wandering spirit seeking vengeance.
Who are you? I thought we killed your whole family.
The snake. The Oni. The Kitsune. The spider. The dragon. Lord, Saito.
What are we going to do with this one?
Yeah, I'm just going to say, obviously, I just played Shadows. I'm looking at this scene and I'm getting flashbacks. That's all I'm saying.
It's the same story.
The exact same. Yes.
Little wolf.
I want to play as that guy.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. Could give a crap about this game.
Ghost of Karen Tai.
Situ Rainu. Why do you always call me that? It means one who is easily lost in the hunt.
Let me do that again.
Does look pretty.
Yep. Of course. Ghost of Tsushima is the best looking game I've ever played. It looks beautiful. Ghost of Yotei.
I have to go home.
Time travel.
All this started.
October 2nd. Nobody's going to buy this because you'll all be playing GTA 6.
Yeah, true. Now I'll say this: like,
when it comes out.
looks beautiful. It looks like it has potential to be fun, but that's never the stuff we were worried about. We were worried about the story and how they're going to girl boss too close to the sun.
Well, I've got to be honest, though, from a gameplay perspective, it just looks like more of Tsushima. It doesn't look like they've really evolved anything. Like a couple of those takedowns that she was doing, I was like, yeah, you can do that as Jin. So,
and I see.
You know,
doesn't sound interesting. Though.
We were just talking about how people want to just, pick up a game and not have to learn how to play it, every once in a while. And I think that's what people are going to enjoy out of this one. Is they already know how to play. They've done it before, and it's that familiar feeling. So,
well, and I think that something that I would expect from the game and want from the game being a sequel is the same type of gameplay, because I really enjoyed it in Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah,
but I really enjoyed the story in Ghost of Tsushima as well.
Yep. Yeah, I never played it
what
myself.
part, sir, when he's talking about Yuna, who grew up as a thief, she has to stab people in the back, or is it the Lady Samurai? Is that
Well,
it?
I've actually heard it from several different people, Norman, that if you go back and play it now that we have that, more sensitivity, you do see it more. You know what I mean?
I don't, to be honest.
But here's my thing.
Off to the bullshit.
As somebody who's a huge Kurosawa fan, which is what inspired Ghost of Tsushima, they have a mode named after this. This makes no sense in that universe, and I'm a huge fan. I would not be interested in playing this. There's no women samurais. I know some people say there are. There aren't. But as long as not like that, they're not getting into fights like Brave Warrior Musashi. No,
the only character that you could call a lady samurai is Lady Masako, and she is the wife of a lord, so she has been trained her whole life to fight. That is literally her whole thing. And then there's Yuna as well, who is a thief who grows up, having to stab people in the back, as I was saying, and fend for herself and keep her brother safe, and a lot of story there as well.
It was early stepping toward the girl bossy stuff, but they didn't go over the top with it. It was just you had a couple of badass females that maybe they pushed it a little far in some instances, but back then it wasn't noticeable. Now we look at it and we're heightened to the awareness of what was happening at that time.
The one girl boss I will give you is Fune, who is the leader of the Raiders and the Ghost of the Iki Island DLC. She is absolutely 100% a girl boss. She's got like that man build that a woman would never have in a million years if she trained her whole life, that kind of thing. That is probably the only girl boss in Tsushima, I would say.
Yeah, but I mean, to go back to what Paul said, some people can put those blinders on and some people can't.
I'm pretty good at putting the blinders on. Yeah.
It depends on where the needle is for me, because I can do the same thing, but maybe not quite as much as other people can,
Like, I'm primarily an RPG gamer. I can actually forego bad gameplay and mechanics if the story is good enough.
Yep.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yep, I've been in the belly of the beast. I have no taste for any of this crap. I can kind of let a little bit of it go, but this is too much. So
yeah, when it goes pretty deep in the story, it's hard to ignore.
Yeah, and it's okay if everybody likes it. I'm not getting on Paul or anything.
Absolutely.
In the chat or anybody. If
totally.
you don't like it, that's just my reason. I'm like, I just don't care. There's plenty of other stuff out there. I'll never play. Yeah, so
there's a lot of other games out there that I would rather play that that probably have a better story for my interests. You know what I mean?
Visuals alone, Ghost of Tsushima is the best looking game I've ever played. That includes Cyberpunk, includes everything else. It is gorgeous to look at. But anyway, next up we have the official trailer 2 for Din the Dark Ages, coming out the 15th of next month.
Yeah.
In-game footage.
The makers felt a weapon as powerful as the Slayer should be guided.
They lied to us. And now he has a leash.
Should be noted that's Deborah Wilson's voice. That's one thing I cannot turn my brain off to is Deborah fucking Wilson.
I know. She's got to be in everything.
Everything.
She doesn't look like herself, does she?
The time is now.
They fear him, and so your dominion over hell is not absolute.
Avoid the Slayer. Focus on breaking humans first.
That demon, he's after something. That much power in Hell's hands. None of us would survive.
Later, Sophie.
Bye, Sophie.
See you later, Sophie.
Creed. We need him.
Later, Jess.
See you, Jess.
Bye, Jess.
There goes all 2 of the girls that watch this channel.
Damn sausage fest.
Been activated.
This looks so fun.
Yeah, it does.
This does look really good.
I can't wait for this to release.
I actually just started playing Doom. I want to beat them all before I. Or there's only like 2 before this one, right?
Yeah, Doom.
No,
and
this
Doom
was a
Eternal.
prequel
That's
to 2016.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
So
know
you don't
that.
even need to play.
Yeah, you can
Yes.
definitely play this
You
first.
just wait, play this one, and then play
That's
those two.
huge.
You got time though. Might as well.
Yeah.
That's true.
Might have to call out of work when this releases, at least for a day.
Justified.
Doom is on GOG, by the way. Now that just happened a few days ago, so you can get it DRM free.
Cyber Dragon.
Don't worry, sons. We still have Hayden. He's our redheaded ginger.
That face still with the BFG right there.
I'm just curious. Have we ever seen his eyes before? I don't think we have.
I don't know.
His eyes, I thought so, but I might have
I-
been Master Chief.
I think we did in 2016.
I feel like there's a part where he like takes off his helmet.
Because Eternal, it was definitely just a full visor. You couldn't see anything. But
Yeah, I feel like I remember seeing through the visor once before.
By the way, that last scene with the Lovecraftian creature, congratulations, Horror Armorata.
I was thinking the same thing, actually. That's funny.
What is it? Yep.
Yeah,
Metal as hell.
that does look cool.
Next up, we have a game that just came out of nowhere. It's a horror game called Displacement. So let me know what you think of this.
My name is Arthur Bishop.
And I think that's Ben McKenzie of Prison Break and Gotham fame.
I have arrived at Rubicon Station to assess the psychological state of the staff. Terrible things are happening. I'm terrified of the things I have to do to escape this hell.
I bet it will, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those Doom games run on potatoes.
You should see how they optimize the zone.
So it should be noted this is real gameplay footage.
Damn, you can see the wrinkles in the skin. It's crazy.
Phenomenal.
This looks good.
Holy crap.
Wow.
This looks scary.
I'll play it.
I'm gonna venture a guess. I don't think Jeff up north's computer's gonna run this.
Yeah, this looks right up my alley. I'll play the hell out of this.
It's like a futuristic, like RE7.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, RE7,
Dead Space.
Dead Space.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I like
I was
that.
getting Dead Space vibes a little bit with like the different combos you have to use to fight them.
Mm-hmm.
With the sprinkling of Event
I think
Horizon.
the Dead Space remake that came out, it just was it last year or the year before? I think that has changed the landscape for horror games because we had Chronos: The New Dawn a couple of weeks ago, remember? And that was very much like Dead Space meets Resident Evil. So that genre is definitely coming into play.
Finally.
So yeah, available on PC. It says no release date yet.
Okay.
And then last but not least, because you know I love putting some Marvel rivals in there, we have giant size Brain Blast trailer coming up right now.
Are they going to show off larger booty sizes again for Nagardal?
I don't even have this game.
Oh no, this gives me Fortnite vibes. I don't like it.
Oh, there's some
There it
booty
is.
for Nagardal.
There it is.
Hell yeah.
What do
It's
you
like
mean
straight
for
out of
me? I don't know why
Goldeneye.
that's for me.
Now, I may be like just averse to this because I hate chibi art styles.
It reminds me of the Xbox Live avatars.
Reminds me of Big Head Mode and NBA Jam.
That's it.
You know who should sponsor this? Is Funko Pop.
I was just thinking, this reminds me of Funko, like the Funko game.
See, that's what
Looks
that's
like
all
the
chibi
Goldeneye
style
hack.
shit.
Do you end up in the landfill at the end of the round?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know about
Whatever.
that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not playing the game anyway, so.
Yeah, I'm not either, but I just hate the way it looks.
Naganol wanted that size increase, but for something else on the body. So
Yeah.
I'd have taken that.
Wrong head.
There you go. Big battles, bigger brains.
well, let me just bring it back to Oblivion again before we get out of here.
Yeah, I'll give my couple seconds review and what if
the
I
wrong
think people
thing.
should pick it up or not. So with this game, I played probably well over a couple thousand hours of Oblivion back in the day. So for me, I haven't played it for probably 15 years. For me, this is something that I'm getting to experience again, and I'm loving the story. They've amped up the combat a little bit, so it feels more impactful. And if you're playing on anything above Adept, for anybody who played Oblivion in the past, you know that if you played on Expert or Master, basically it just halved the damage that you were doing and doubled the damage that everyone else was doing. So combat turns into like a 5-minute sword and board fight against each other. And then if you die immediately after that, it really pisses you off. Quick save is your best friend. But I turned the difficulty down to Adept, which is normal. And it started to feel more like, Skyrim did, or like I remembered playing Oblivion. And the game is a lot of fun. But if you've played classic Oblivion and this is something that you're like, I kind of want to try it, I would actually say it's not necessary if you have other games that you're looking to buy and you're trying to allocate your money to go to something else. They did make some significant improvements. It is really pretty, but also people are having trouble. Like I'm running it on a 4090. I'm not really having any graphical issues or anything like that. No stuttering problems. I've seen people are having those kind of problems because this is running in Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, Cornboy was telling me that he's running a 3070 Ti, if I'm not mistaken. He had to crank all the graphics down to low, and he's getting like under 60 frames.
See, so I'm running 60 frames at, and I've got everything on ultra. So my hardware can handle it, and it's working just perfectly fine for me. However, if you are craving just going back to Cyrodiil and experiencing it in a new way, a lot of it looks better. Some of the mouths and stuff on some of the characters look weird. It looks like art was heavily inspired by Elder Scrolls Online kind of stuff. And at first it's kind of off-putting, but you sink right into it, just like you did with the original Oblivion potato models. But I'd say buy it if it's something that you are really into. Like I'm a massive fan of the Elder Scrolls and Oblivion, but if you just want to play Oblivion again, the classic will still hold up just fine, and you can wait until there's a sale or something.
Okay. Also, I think that some of the issues with the performance will probably be solved through more optimization over the coming weeks.
Yeah. And then Shock has a good suggestion. If you don't want to pay for it, you could just wait for Sky Oblivion.
Absolutely.
That is true. Yeah.
Even the creator of Sky Oblivion said, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, one of the cool things that Bethesda actually did was they gifted all of the people building the Sky Oblivion mod. They gifted them free copies of the game.
Oh.
Because I bet you it wasn't going to be a thing without them willing it into existence with that mod to begin with. So it probably got Bethesda thinking, inspired some of the devs over there. They said, "Hey, let's actually make this in a different engine, a better engine." So
yeah, and this is just a cash cow for them because they spent almost nothing on marketing. They recorded that one YouTube video and just dropped it, and they were like,
and to go back to how we don't see very many day one drops like that. By doing that, that is your marketing, and I think that it's really bold to do something like that. So,
yep, it was a bold move, Cotton, and it paid off. So
and before I forget, Sons and Shadows gifted 5 memberships to the channel. Thanks, dude.
Thank you so much.
It was a drive-by. They left right after they dropped it.
Let's see here. But I was showing this off. So someone actually made a mod where they brought that blue filter back to the remaster. And I gotta say, I like the blue filter more.
Yeah, it really makes
I
it
like
pop.
seeing that vibrant green.
Mm-hmm.
It
So-
looks way better.
Even just the water, it even looks more reflective. It just, I don't know, everything
Yeah.
about it looks better.
It
Look at that
definitely
sky.
makes the colors pop, but I'll tell you, being in game and the colors feeling more like realistic,
That water.
there's just something about it.
Really?
Yeah,
And
I love it. I
it's like, look at
like
these-
that they de-bluified it.
look at these snow-capped mountains. I wish the text wasn't in the way, but look how much better that looks now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it definitely pops.
You'd have to see it in person.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
more
I
options
just-
are better than less options. So
Absolutely.
I'm all for it.
Look at
Play
that.
the game you want to play it.
See, I like mountains. That looks awesome in the blue filter.
Oh my god! So there is
Just
one
make it
part
happen, yeah.
on the mountains that actually border Skyrim. One of the things that they did do in the remaster is they put in an aurora borealis over the mountains that border Skyrim on the northern side of the map. And
That
looks
sounds badass.
Fucking awesome.
Hmm.
Like,
Hell yeah.
it looks phenomenal.
Yeah, it kind of does have that Gears of War look a little bit,
Right.
except there's not as much red everywhere.
So maybe it's my monitor settings, but to me, it just looks more realistic whenever I'm actually playing the game. See what you guys are talking about whenever we look at like some of the screenshots and videos and stuff.
Mhm.
But whenever I'm actually playing, it just feels more realistic to me, which
Yeah.
I personally kind of like.
All right, let's get into. Hey, Risk It. I can see you. I don't like that. I'm unhighlighting that. So, we got body type A and B and 1 and 2 going on with the remaster. I don't like it. I keep saying that it kind of like develops more issues down the road by having it. And they, we keep getting pushback of people saying, well, it's not a big deal. Just let it be in the game. Well, someone made a mod, and I think it was within 30 minutes to an hour.
30 minutes, I believe.
Oh, it says here under 2 hours. I heard it was like 30 minutes to an hour somewhere else.
I did too. I heard 30 minutes.
That it was already taken down. Well, if it's not a big deal, why are you taking it down? Apparently, it is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
This is
So-
the ideological battle at hand. I saw somebody post on Twitter, and he said, my daughter didn't even care about body type 1 or 2 because she's not a crybaby bitch. She's 9. And my initial thought was just, yeah, it's because your daughter has been indoctrinated to think that this is normal rather than male or female. And that's the reason that we fight against it.
I mean, yeah.
Because you're making the younger generations think that body type 1 and 2 is a normal thing, when in reality, male and female is the normal thing for you to choose between.
Mm-hmm.
It's always
And-
a game of inches with this crap. What they do is they say they poke you, they prod you, they turn the pot up, they turn the heat up in the pot full of frogs, hoping you won't notice that you're getting cooked alive. Guess what? We know we're in the pot now, you turds. We're
So-
tired of this crap. I'm tired of all of it.
I like that we're vocal about it, but there's also the other side, the zealots of our side of the internet, which would be like the John De La Roses and the Yorches and
fucking Yorch
people like that.
I blocked him yesterday. I am done seeing that bullshit.
I'm not
Come on,
blocking him.
guys. We're
I
all
still-
part of the war. We're rallying together. Yeah.
The worst thing about Yorch is that he starts off every fucking
even
tweet
see him.
with gamers, comma. I fucking hate that. It drives me crazy.
It's like he's standing late in the briefing room going, "Gamers, assemble, or attention, stand to attention." It's like, no,
Yeah.
you're not that guy, mate. You're not that
And
guy.
what has happened and what irritates me the most is that my expressing any sort of opinion on the body type stuff gets thrown back in my face of, oh, you're a Yorch simp or whatever. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it actually hurts our ability to fight for this stuff, because I was in the camp that we should just be vocal about it. He's calling for like outright, boycotting the game and this and that. I keep saying, the body type stuff bothers me, but it's not a deal breaker as far as like playing the game. I just
and he,
don't
and he
like
also
it.
thinks it's working when clearly we saw the Oblivion charts go like that the other day, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that they think that Gamergate 2 completely fractured over Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because they stole the crowd and then there wasn't whatever it is. Really, they just became a segmented off weirdo purist section, and the rest of us will play what I consider a great game to be the Oblivion remaster. And yes, it does have this in it, but then I will speak out about it. I will say I don't like this shit, and I will make it known that I don't like it, but I'm still going to play good games.
Yep, I agree. But also Nexus, they have all this power when it comes to being the mod center, because they put in the work, and their modding platform exists on consoles and every single platform. So it kind of sucks that you have to use Nexus for everything, unless you're on PC. So this other person made a mod that you could just download and install. And I believe the GitHub information's there, and there's like a community behind it, so you're not just downloading a virus; it's from an actual reputable modder community, basically. So this person here, this Tulpa Town, no, not Tulpa Town, it's maybe it is, yeah. So there's many different mods on these third-party websites that you can do this with. So.
Yeah, I would, for any PC gamers out there, I'll tell you right now, modding games is not super hard. You just need to read the threads. You can figure out what load orders you need to have, and then you don't have to use Nexus mods. And I would highly recommend you not use Nexus mods because of the way that they approach things as a company.
Yeah, Nexus does make it as easy as like a Apple user experience to where you just click it and run it or whatever. So that's where they have a leg up on everybody else. So
yep, they've got mod auto sorters and stuff. And if somebody else can create something close to that good, they could be a true competitor to Nexus. But right now, Nexus runs the game because most people are point, click, download, point, click, download, point, click, download, load game, and it's modded.
And here's a good meme for it. What is this? What happened to male and female? Who cares? It's not a big deal. Okay, then, friendo, I make a mod that brings them back. No! ban.
Right.
And it's still so weird to me that this is something in a single player game, right? You're not affecting anyone else's game. If you don't like it, don't download the mod. But the problem is they're trying to sink their ideology into everyone, and they cannot have you have any way to deny it.
And one thing
I
want
you
to
just don't
point
buy
out,
it, but people can't not do that. So
in most games that do body type 1 and 2 or A and B, male is always type 1 and type A, right?
Yes. Yes.
In this game,
I noticed
type
that as
1 is female.
Yep. Female is
So
type 1.
now it's
Taking
getting
it a
even
step
more
further.
confusing. Like I'm
they're
not
just
saying that
taking
there's
it
like
further.
something there. I'm just like, at least stay consistent. I don't know.
No, don't expect that from these people.
What do you think, Mo? What body type are you?
I'm a body type 1 with a little body type 2. I need to lose some weight. That's
Mo, you just in terms of Oblivion Remastered, you just said your female body type with a little bit of male.
See, I'm confused too. I don't know.
Against Leon.
that I can
just
agree with.
saying it.
So. Well, hey, sorry, I didn't want to interject. I said it in private chat, but
no, you're good. That's why I threw it to you.
Thank you. My bad. Thanks for having me on, guys. Always a pleasure. I know I sound like I've been gargling asphalt, still trying to get my voice back from Vegas. But all right, guys, I'll see some of you in a little bit, and I'll see some of you next Monday. But have a good one, everybody. Have a good one, chat. See you soon,
brother.
man.
Later, Mo.
Later.
See you in a little bit.
I mean, it's no surprise he lost his voice. He wanted to spend a lot of time at Wendy's or behind it in Vegas. I don't understand.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. So
weird.
Mm-hmm.
Was he hanging out with Leon too?
A little bit, yeah. I think most people will throw that back at me on that one, though. But
yeah.
So now we have this. and I'm not trying to be mean here, okay? But if you're gonna make a game with voice actors in it that get rid of male and female, you're gonna get a little bit of flack when people use the word female outside of it, right? Yeah. It's getting a little bit confusing, is it not? So
it was always meant to be confusing.
And you know, you got a couple people pointing it down here. Female, you mean body type 1, bigot. And if you click inside there, like there are people pissed at someone pointing that out. And I think it's valid just to point out.
It is.
But again,
100%.
I don't think it's fair that Linda has to put up with this, right?
Linda.
Yeah, Linda Carter. She's done a bunch of the voice acting for the game.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, one of the funniest parts of it to me is that so in Oblivion, they did do voicing on whether a character is male or female. So like Emperor Patrick Stewart, at one point during the intro of the game, the Blades guards that are like transporting him out, Patrick Stewart will say, he's not one of them or she's not one of them. And it's dependent on whether you pick body type 1 or 2 now. So like I was watching somebody, they made a character, they used body type 1, but then they made a male character. And so Patrick Stewart refers to them as she. It also reflects in one of the quests in the game. The quest is completely different if you're a male or a female. Completely different. And that pathing is still the same. It just depends. Did you choose 1 or 2, not male or female? It was just a pure virtue signal. That's all it was by changing it to type 1 and type 2.
Yep. And I would love nothing more than to not have to talk about this again, because it is getting a little tiring. I wish that you know, and we've seen this with Microsoft. They have been trying to push or nudge in a certain direction, I should say. And they have standardized that sort of language in all of their games. So by them acquiring a company, it is guaranteed that that game that company will make from then on out, and possibly even get patched in, it will be body type 1 and 2, A and B. So.
Absolutely. And see, I'm of the opinion, like I hate talking about it, but I feel like we have to keep talking about it. We have to keep the pressure up, because that's the only way that we could ever potentially get a rewind of what they did, by trying to make that the industry standard. Because a lot of the gaming industry insiders, like the big dogs, the publishers, the people who fund a lot of this stuff, they have people that sit on their board that say that this stuff has to be put in there. If we continue to push back, maybe we get a rollback on it. Now, I'm not a fan of completely outing a game and saying, no, don't play it because of that. But I am a fan of bitching about that thing if you bought a game and it has that. Because they got to know. We got to push the industry in the directions that we want them to go.
Let's see here. I'm pulling up the Steam charts real quick. All right, here we go.
Gangbusters.
Yeah.
That's for the remaster.
Yeah, for the remaster. Oh, you're talking for the base game? Before
he was asking for the base. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I was gonna say, so they have hit 185. The highest is right now, and I expect that to go up when we hit the weekend, and then whatever happens this weekend will probably be the highest, right?
I'm guessing like 250,000, maybe.
I'm right there with you, because that's 185,000 on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, that's wild.
And you can see when people get off work, and that number just goes up.
Oh yeah.
Let's look up our baseline game we've been using.
Hell yeah.
Dude.
Holy cow.
If Oblivion doesn't go higher than Schedule 1, I don't know.
I don't think the remaster will, but that's nuts. Well,
and
so
Night Saber, the OG one, has not spiked. It's keeping its current numbers.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
And the thing you have to keep in mind with looking at this on the remaster is this is just on Steam. This is out everywhere.
Yeah,
so
we were talking about it when it dropped. Like, The download speeds for Xbox were absolutely crazy because everyone was trying to download it. My personal PlayStation Store crashed when the whole thing got announced. I tried to get on PS Plus, it crashed. The whole thing was down for a good 5 minutes or so because of this game.
That means, Norman, that people in your country were downloading the crap out of it. Because they usually like they section that out in like different, I forget what they call it. It's like a different pod, different area for each distribution of the game.
Yeah, because I was watching the showcase live yesterday, and as soon as they went live, it went live on Xbox, on Game Pass, and then about 15 minutes later, it went live on Steam, and then it was a good 20 minutes, half an hour before it went live on PlayStation.
Yeah, and this is one of those instances where they couldn't let everyone preload the game because it was a surprise that it was coming out. So,
Right.
But
And
maybe
to
in the
be fair-
controversy that you can't play, it also gave it more fuel for the advertising and the marketing too. So,
Yeah, it just built the hype. But, you know, to be fair, I think there may actually be more people playing it on consoles. And actually here, well, I can check it here in a minute. But like because I think a lot of people will get it on consoles because they may not have a PC that can run it at ultra settings that they want to see. So they'll play it on their console, they'll play it on their PlayStation, their Xbox, just because then they can get it in its full fidelity, full FPS. So I think we may be seeing higher numbers on console than we're actually seeing on Steam.
Mm-hmm. Good chance.
Yeah, it's possible. I wish we had those numbers. I really do. I wish things were more transparent, but
There's one thing I can check, and I'm going to look at it real quick, and then I'll get back to you guys.
I'm not going to be buying it this month, but I'm definitely going to be buying it for my Steam Deck either next month or coming up in the summer.
So I was reading today from several people on Twitter that it runs well on the Steam Deck.
It's Steam Deck verified, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty neat. I like that. And it's probably because you're dropping it down to 720p, right?
I think so, yeah.
Either 720 or 1080, I can't remember.
You still need a good I think it was like a 2080 they recommended, but you still need a good like 32 gigs of RAM to run it, so it's still a bit beefy.
Oh, 32 gigs of RAM for your computer?
Apparently so, yeah.
What?
That's what it said on the Steam page, yeah.
Here, let me look it up really quick, actually. Store. Oh wow, you're right. It does say recommended. That's actually huge.
Yeah.
Wow. So it is recommended 32. And yeah, I mean this is 4 generations ago, but that's still pretty sizable amount of resources that the game is asking for. So yep. But it says you can play it with a 1070 Ti. But yeah, I kind of want to just to wait a couple weeks to let things settle and then check it out.
Yeah, I just want to get it on the Steam Deck so I can see how it runs because Hayden's playing it on PC and then there'll be tons of people playing it on console, so I kind of want to see how it runs on the Steam Deck personally.
Yeah, good idea.
But I think we're out of time actually.
Yep.
Just about.
More or less.
So
Just about.
We'll start with Frozen Hayden because he has to bounce right after he does his outro.
Yep, I was looking to see if there are trophies for the Oblivion remaster. That doesn't come up, but the Elder Scrolls V Oblivion does on PS5. And it looks like 86% of people have escaped the sewers. So,
James, yeah, you're probably gonna play it for what, like 50 hours at the minimum?
At the minimum,
yeah. Minimum.
Wow. No, that's not much.
They are huge time sinks because if you do all the side quests, you do Fighters Guild, you do Mages Guild, you do Dark Brotherhood. There's tons of things to do. There's extra quests. Then there's the Shivering Isles DLC, which is another 20 hours onto the game.
There's like masteries within the game and stuff like that too.
Yep. There's a lot to do in the game.
So you'll easily sink 80 to 100 hours into it probably and have a lot of fun.
I had thousands of hours in the original on my Xbox 360. But yeah, I'm Hayden Wayne 75. I'll be on Late and Gay with the GCA up next, right after this. On Monday, I'm on Off the Hit. Tuesday, I guess we're just calling it politics. And I'm going to work on a video with my short little review of my Elder Scrolls Oblivion remaster playthrough, because I've been capturing all of my gameplay since I started playing. So I'll cut something together and get a video up hopefully in the next couple of days.
Sounds good.
All right. I will see you guys over at Leighton Gay.
I'll be over there in a few minutes.
See you soon.
And Nerd Wars confirms it. That's the name of the show.
Politics.
Catchy.
We have a lot of people watching right now. If you could please like the stream, and if you could consider subbing, I would really appreciate it. And right after, we're gonna send everybody over to the GCA and have more fun over there. Nagardal, you're gonna be over there.
I am going to be over there, and yeah, there's the link for that. And if you want these awesome shirts, I can't even lift it up high enough. Oh, I don't know if I can show that on YouTube actually. But we got those.
Show off your midriff.
Yeah. Yeah, get these.
Why do you want to
get
show
these
us your
shirts
body
though,
so much?
at the ABF merch shop. Pick up some merch. What do you got? Mugs too.
I do mugs.
Stickers.
I need to log back in and stickers also. I want to add like hats. Yeah, I need to do that. So
hats, nice. I wanted to let everyone know that tomorrow, Days Gone remastered coming out.
Oh yeah.
And it's actually, I mean, according to this website, which is I don't know how reliable, but they say it's like more than just a normal remaster. It's like really overhauled and.
Oh yeah, there's tons of new stuff already.
Things. Yeah.
What's the website?
RelyOnHorror.com.
No idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah. Oh, and if you already own the game, you can get it for $10. So that's what's up. So I'll probably be playing that soon, and I do that on YouTube and Kick. I'll be playing something. I did a unboxing video today too.
Yeah.
Just, I ordered some little model thing. It's much smaller than I thought it would be. I should have expected that because Square Enix is a total ripoff. Don't ever buy anything from them ever. Other than that, GCA next.
I guess they're having trouble starting the stream.
Excellent. I guess you won't see us there. Maybe we'll just stay live here and go for another 2 hours.
We'll be late. Just you gotta wait a minute and then try it again. It'll eventually go. Steak Man, tell everybody where you're going to be at.
Yeah, you can catch me on Off the Hip on Mondays, Trigger Happy on Wednesdays, Nerd Files on Sundays, and I also do my own Tarkov streams over on Kick on Tuesdays. I do that at about 6 p.m. Eastern. It was a little late yesterday, but it's all good. It's all good. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just taking it easy.
Norman, what are you going to be up to?
Well, I'm probably going to go off and play some blueprints while I'm watching the GCA stream. Definitely get into that. But also, wanted to shout out again, Hypercharge. I've been shouting out as much as I can every week. Just past 80,000 wish lists on PlayStation. Wow. So definitely going to be a lot of people playing this game when it comes out. And also, if you're in the chat and you're feeling generous tonight, please do hop over to my YouTube channel and hit that wee sub button. Currently setting at 44. Want to get up to 50. That would be really appreciated. And also, Friday, I'm off to see Star Wars Revenge of the Sith in the cinema for the first time ever, and I'm buzzing.
Hell yeah.
You and Isaac, he was talking about doing it too.
Yeah.
I think I might.
Nice.
It's totally worth it.
It's yeah. Well, first of all, yes, you got to give Disney money, but my ticket was only $6.99. So for today's prices, I'll happily pay that for episode 3 for sure.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that is a good price. Yeah.
You feel less guilty giving Disney money in that instance because you're supporting something good. You know
exactly. Yeah, I mean, especially what we're seeing Star Wars in the news in the past day. If you've been keeping an eye on Twitter, Andor season 2, very divisive. So,
but it still feels dirty giving him money though.
Hell yeah,
I don't like it.
Yeah, you go to Disney Springs or something, and you're just like go to a normal restaurant. It's like Disney's getting this money.
Yeah. Let's see here. Nerd Slap. What are you going to be up to?
Well, whenever I have time, I'll be streaming over on Kick and YouTube. knocking out some games here and there. Other than that, this Sunday we are going to be recording another episode of the Nerd Files. We're going to be talking about MK Ultra. It's going to be a good episode. So,
and interesting.
Finally, it took forever, but I finally got some tinfoil to make the tinfoil hat. There was a shortage.
Well, hold that up again.
There's a shortage.
That says aluminum. Yeah, that's not tin.
Aluminum.
You need to get the OG tin stuff before they changed it to aluminium so that it didn't work anymore.
Somebody keeps buying it all. I asked the person, I'm like, why don't you guys have any tin foil? And they're like, well, some guy keeps coming in and buying it. He says he's redecorating his entire house with it. And I'm like,
I'm sure.
Sounds like Isaac.
That does sound like Isaac.
I'm pretty sure. Isaac, can you confirm for us, Isaac, if that's you buying all the
Lying on the bed of trailers.
He's probably got a tinfoil dog running around his house right now.
This whole thing out for a
Oh,
second.
jeez.
Oh,
it is what it is.
Hoodie, why do you have to say it like that? Why the wiki face?
Hey, yo.
Pause.
Hoodie D for 199 ABF had a great weekend with me.
Oh, wow.
I'm kind of jealous.
This dude, you guys thought that Mo was gay? Hoodie is even gayer. He kept being like, "Hey man, I'm going to bed and I'm leaving my door open." You know, like he's like the gayest like subtlety. Yeah. Gay. But at least he's happy, right? That's what gay means.
Yeah.
But we are running late, so gonna roll the outro and should spill everybody over to the GCA, and I will see everybody over there.
Good B.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Who the fuck is Alec Baldwin's finger?
I can't see! I can't see! Of course you can't fucking see! I just shot a blank in your fucking eyes!
Hey, the trunk looks kind of small there, Anton.
This is live! I'm on live TV! Trunk's fine. As you can see, friend, it's not small. It's a big trunk. I'll show you right here.
Well, you got a dead hooker in the trunk.
What? No, it can't be.
Yes, it was. It was a dead hooker.
It wasn't a dead hooker!
Hell, I know a dead hooker when I see one.